we go. I do believe we're live, so I'll say indeed and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another day with another opportunity for us to consciously evolve again. At least that's what we try to do when we show up in this space day after day. I have been paying attention to world events, as I trust many of you friends have as well. And if you're checking in afterwards, maybe decades later even, then you might be wondering what it's like living in such a polarizing age. That is today's centering thought, our stream topic, our thing that we need to give ourselves some attention to. The thing that is deserving of our focus as well, and that is how polarized things are. I have this take, if you will, in my brain that things are as polarized as they are right now, almost to exhaust you, right? To exhaust that version of you that feels something about. And maybe this is the way that I have adapted this feeling in my own life. I'm willing to acknowledge that as well. But this exhaustion of what's going on looks like, I don't know if it's apathy necessarily, just like straight up, but it is a lack of care. It's a lack of concern that slowly starts setting in, right? And I think it is a matter of immediacy as well when it comes to us as people, where we see things that might be very polarizing. We might feel a certain way about it instantly, but the actual effects of this thing might end up only taking months or years or decades to truly be noticed, right? For instance, if I saw an oil spill, right, that would be very polarizing in my life. I would be very polarized instantly. I would be very much on one side of the argument if I had to pay attention, right? I'd be like, no, this is wrong. How can we? How could we? We need to make this right. However, that immediate isn't necessarily the thing that gets that problem solved, right? It might be the thing that gets that problem noticed, but it's not necessarily the thing that gets the problem solved. And the way that I'm seeing our current world events right now is that it's meant almost to instantly polarize you. It's meant to instantly get you to be a certain way. Hey, Jovan, Perky Lurky Lovins, we love you, Xiao. Thank you for letting me know that you're here with me. Right? And then in this polarization, right, we might feel a certain way instantaneously, but because of that feeling, and maybe as well because of our inability to do something about these feelings, these ways in which we've been polarized, we feel powerless. Is that Black Adam the superhero? Let's see. Look at us. Two bromigos being here together. I'm gonna add some heat to this Dynavap, and then we're going to consider in which ways I have been polarized, in which ways we're being polarized right now. There's definitely some polarization happening. Jeebies. Jeebsies, jubes. One thing I feel is almost like an unfortunate victim, bless you, of this polarization is our money, right? We can just say money in general. We have been talking about blockchain/crypto a lot in stream, and that definitely does have something to do with what we want to think about today as it relates to polarization. Because what's happening is because there is a support from a certain side for this thing, it can polarize people to the point where they pull away from said thing, right? And I feel again, it is so for our money as well. If you look at all of the tariffs, if you look at all of the trade wars, if you look at all of the uncertainty, hi bro, hello again, Black Adam. Nice seeing you still. Bless. How are you doing? Maybe you can tell us about how you have been polarized, right? So, as I'm paying attention to our world right now, it's like we are being polarized as it relates to our money as well, where for a long time, unfortunately, this narrative has been reinforced in every single one of our minds that money is something that's evil, right? And I'm very much a victim of this too. Victim. I'm new to this live, Devin Hellscope. It's nice having you here. I am not new to this live, but I do show up every day. And now that you're here, we can show up again together. I like to show up in these moments every single day with an intention, a direction within which we want to consciously evolve. I'm gonna subscribe. Do it. Do it. I'm gonna appreciate it. I'm gonna be like, thank you. Thank you for the subscribers. I appreciate it. I'm in India, bro. Bless. A lot of my new friends are Indian friends. It's nice having you. We are close to the same time zones. And it is kind of like evening time for you, so many people are on their phones. Devin, thank you for subscribing. So, polarization and money, right? In this world, we have been polarized towards poverty. Hot take, I know. And we can think of it from a perspective of multiple prongs, right? There is the misdistribution of wealth, where certain people gained so much wealth so fast that in that way we have this perspective of that being evil, which is a perspective that I hold, right? I think after you've like gotten to the point of having billions, like stop. I'm from Africa. I'm from Africa too. I live in South Africa. Sibale Peteni. That also looks like a potentially African slash South African name. Bless you too. Polarization and as it relates to money. So we are unfortunately living in a world where money is a thing, right? And I was a part of the camp of people that at one point in my existence wanted to see money purely as an illusion, right? And unfortunately, money as it is right now, I'm from South Africa, I could tell, Sibale, I could tell. I don't know how, but I'm also from South Africa. Uh, I keep getting interrupted. Polarized towards poverty, right? So in this way, right? Like we have kind of created again a narrative in our minds, right? But someone who has earned $1 billion or has, made coerced $1 billion, however they came about their billion, that's a lot of money to the scale that we normal people cannot even understand. And I think in that way, it is bad to one want that and to hoard that as well. I'm willing to admit that much. However, because of this narrative in our minds, there is this accumulation bias, right? That if you as a person had to try and save money, had to try and invest, had to try and build a business that earns you capital, that would be somehow evil, somehow wrong, right? You have been polarized potentially to believe that because you are now perpetuating the same thing that you might find fault with. However, someone hoarding $1 billion and you building a business that grosses 100,000 or $1 million a year, those are two way different worlds. And if you build a business that grosses $1 million a year, you're gonna be well off. Your family is gonna be taken care of, right? And those are two worlds. Those are two worlds apart, right? So way worlds apart. And I feel like that's something that I, in my life, have tried to overcome, right? Not to be polarized towards poverty, as in, how can I, as a person, believe about myself that I am worthy of things, right? I am worthy of a home one day. My doggos are doing things. What are you doing, silly? What you doing? You trying to dig into the closets? I thought he was gone. Black Adam is back. Bless you. I can't do. It can't buy family. It can't buy love. It can't buy family. It's true. But if you don't have enough money, then your family might not be okay, right? Your family might struggle. And that might not, take the love away, but it might make you angry at each other too. Me too. South Africa. You name? You name is MeltMore. We can be friends. We already are. Why is money so important, bro? I don't think it is important. I think money is just energy, right? Maybe if money is important, it's important because it's energy. It's important in the same way we need to eat food, right? But I feel that's maybe where the disconnect happens. That's where the evil sets in. As soon as the accumulation of wealth kind of like transcends your own ability to feed yourself, i.e., when you start earning billions, right? When your net worth swings with billions of US dollars, right, in a year, like food costs no longer register to your brain, right? If I have $1 billion in my bank account, swiping my card on any purchase lower than like $100,000, you probably won't even notice. Literally won't even notice. $100,000 to a person who has $1 billion is like losing cents on a dollar. It's the scale is so absurd. The trio, the trio. Yeah, all of you friends saying hi simultaneously. It's Devin Pitani, Adam the trio. Who is Adam? Adam is one of the peeps who's also in the stream with us right now, it seems. What a place. What a place this world is to be polarized by. Polarized by? Yeah. I refuse to let myself suffer because I want to. You hear what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense. But there is something in us as people as well that makes us kind of desire pain, desire some suffering, desire some struggle, maybe some struggle. Yeah, we want some struggle. We want it to be hard. We want problems. Why do we want problems? I want problems too, admittedly, but the problems I want are creative in nature. I want people to give me the problem that is a black screen, and then I want to solve that problem by putting something on it. All right, those are the kind of problems I like. I love those kind of problems. Give me those problems every day of the week. I'm gonna solve that problem. However, the problem of not having enough money fucking sucks ass. I hate it so much. I hate not being able to think, right? That's the thing. It's like it stops me from thinking. It's like when you don't have money, you're not allowed to think about certain things. You can't even start to think about it. Right? For instance, I won't as well, even if I had the money, to say that as a caveat. But I won't and I can't think about buying a yacht. English? English, indeed. Like buying a yacht seems a little bit wasteful, right? To me, just as an imagination, if I had to think about it from that perspective. However, at the same time, because that thing is so unaffordable, so far out of my reach, it's not something I think about, right? Before I could even think about buying a yacht, maybe I would like a car, and then maybe I would like a house one day. Meltmore, we still listening, bro. I can see. I can see. I don't stop talking. If I do, I'll just sit here stilly, wondering about what to say next. Bless you. Kosa. Thanks. English? What language do you speak? I speak Afrikaans. I kan Afrikaans praat, dagelijks. And of course, I speak English. Oh, I don't know, but he's definitely been here a lot. Yes. My name is Manimaran. Cool name. Njong. Ndijong. I can translate. You're gonna translate my Afrikaans to English? Or maybe you're gonna. I don't know. Molo. Bless. Bless you too, friends. I can translate. Do. Translate all of these things that I'm saying into a deep intrinsic message. I know Afrikaans. Cool. I also know Afrikaans. I was raised in an Afrikaans household, but at this point in my life, I speak more English than I do my actual native language. So I feel I'm more comfortable speaking English than anything. Give me a language to speak. English. English. I prefer English because I can read English. English is the universal language. 100 years from now, English will probably still be understandable. Maybe. Potentially still understandable. Polarizing ourselves towards one way or another. That is our centering thought, bringing ourselves right back to it. Maybe there is something to be said. Maybe there is some depth to be explored. Let's ask one of these models. Me and friends are considering the power that there is in polarizing. We live in a very interesting world right now. Bunches of things are happening. Very, very many of them polarizing. And when we look at the news and we find ourselves polarized towards one way of thinking or the other, there is some value in acknowledging that we can be neutral, that we can watch ourselves get polarized and then take both of those polarized ends and bring them closer and closer together. Yes, they still repel one another, but at the same time, there is some energy being created. There is some force, there is some momentum that you can use in your life. I want to kind of explore this idea of polarization a little bit more, and I want you to help us create some perspective, how to notice when we're being polarized in our lives and how we can potentially combat against getting over polarized, especially as it relates to averting our gaze, removing ourselves from the discussion of, or letting go of the potential for a better life because you refuse to be a part of what you consider something that is polarized. You know what I mean? I'm still here. Bless. I have a crush on Z. Don't tell her. I think I know Z. Are you friends talking about Zindile? Adam, you there? You first. Alright. It means hi. How are you? Molo and Johnny. 12. My brain is having a hard time understanding what chat is saying. There's something polarized. I enjoy succinct information, especially as it relates to, are you turning 13? I'm actually turning 14. Thank you very much. And you see, I got beard hairs like 14 years old's dudes. Can't you see? Jeez. Polarization isn't just a political buzzword. I'm 13. Oh, wow. That is wild. I forget that there are 13-year-olds on planet Earth sometimes, and you're turning 14. Turning 14, okay. Yeah. That means I'm technically a little bit more than a decade older than you are. Don't let yourself get polarized. Always stay open minded, stay somewhere in the middle, and learn from, right? Don't be so open-minded that your brain falls out, but learn from. Polarization isn't just a political buzzword. It's an energetic force in our lives, and when you feel the pull towards extreme positions, it is like your inner magnet is getting a bit too charged. Recognize that it is the first step towards harnessing that energy rather than letting it derail your growth. Bro, I'm turning 14. I'll get beard hair. Potentially, you'll get some beard hairs. I went through a bunch of U24. I'm 26, on my way to turn 27, actually. I need to stop. I need to stop aging right now. I'm gonna call up whoever's in charge, and I'm gonna be like, okay, bro. Every time people ask me how old I am, I keep having to give them bigger numbers. Can we stop, please? Recognizing the signs of polarization. I'm talking about MeltMore. I'm talking about polarization. And recognizing the signs thereof. First, one of the signs, this is one that I have at least, is emotional extremes. If you catch yourself feeling intense anger, frustration, or elation, whenever a particular topic comes up, it might be a sign that you're being swept up in a polarized narrative. Yeah. When I think about paratrix, oh goodness, I get emotionally extreme. Paratrix. Who thought that was a good idea? I guess us. Us versus them mentalities. When conversations or news sources start framing issues strictly as our side versus the other side, it's a cue to step back. That's the rough thing that we're going through right now, right? I live in South Africa, and there's a lot of our side versus their side talk right now. Eyes. Hello, Mr. Meltprat. Hey, it's nice having you, friend. I was chatting last night about the trigger bots out there, mucking up social media, trolling with controversial energy. The key is to stay centered, yep, in managing your triggers and checking multiple sources. So beautifully said, Xiao. Completely right. Hi there, how are you doing? Sabine, Max, and Ice, and Joe, and a bunch of other friends. I'm doing super well. So nice. How are you doing, Sabine? I don't think I've seen your username here with us before. Do let us know. We got friends saying hi to Ice. You're good? That's nice. Today we're talking about being polarized. Might be a little bit of a hot topic, and it instantly did kind of acknowledge that being polarized shouldn't be just about politics. Where are you from? South Africa. Ek is Suid-Afrikaanse seentjie. Uh, yeah. We don't have to necessarily be polarized just with politics specifically. But right now, we might be. Right now, the world's the stage, and all of us are the audience, and all of us might be rooting for one thing or another, right? And I feel like that's kind of the thing I'm trying to get at in talking about polarization today, is that we need to realize that we're all on the same team. We're technically all on the same team. Technically, all of us are heading towards the same direction, and that is a better world, a better life for ourselves and for our families. I used to be a streamer also, but now I work for streamers. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that's where more work will exist at this point, Sabine. What do? You do editing for people? I'm from California. That's cool. I have a few friends from Cali, actually. How do you find it there? At least new commenters are talking. True. True. I'm appreciating all the love you friends are sharing. Used to be a streamer. Is JoeBot a programmed AI or something? JoeBot Bebop is my programmed beloved. I don't know if she's programmed. I did get to meet her in person, right? But now I'm not convinced. I might have all of those memories injected into my brain. Beep up, maybe. Joe Bot, yeah. I make custom mascot designs for gamers and streamers. Ah, maybe you have been here before, Sabine. I think you have sent me some examples of your work. Or if it wasn't you, it might have been someone else. How long is it? Your live stream. This live stream has been going on for like 25 minutes. But if you had to tally up the days that I've been doing it consecutively, this live stream has been going on for 1,512 days. This being the 1,512th. Yeah. Yeah. Very long time has been spent thinking about polarization. Yes. Cognitive rigidity. Notice if you're finding it hard to entertain any nuance or alternative perspectives, even temporarily. This black and white thinking is a classic hallmark of polarization. I'm deviating from my program. Beep bops. How long is the live going to be? Probably like maximum another hour and a half, maybe less. I try to do 20 plus minutes vertical, 20 plus minutes horizontal. Oh, add me up in Discord. I think you aren't reading my chats. Sabine, I'm seeing your chats. Uh, but it's more a matter of scale, right? The scale at which I'm doing things right now is not the scale at which where I can afford, channel rebranding, right? I want to get to that point where I can freely employ other people and feel good about paying them for their work, but I'm not there just yet. Getting there slowly but surely. Having you here with us. We're talking about polarization today a little bit. Ciao, Paul. Talking about getting a little bit polarized. Yes. If the world was ending, I'd want to be next to you. Devin, in a way, the world's always ending and being reborn anew. And in every single moment, that is exactly where we are. Nisha's here too. Eyes. Z, did you leave? Maybe. Love is true. If the party was over, it's true. Also making mascots, VTuber art, and assets for streaming. Coincidence? Wasn't it you, Ice? Wasn't it you? I remember someone else also offering to do the same for me. If it wasn't you, then this is like the third person who was offered. And I think they also did go on the Discord and did share some of their work. And I was like, oh, cool. But again, liquidity. Jaju and Nisha, love yous. I want to hold you just for a while. What? Our time on Earth was true. Tomorrow is my born day. Nice. Happy birthday, friend. Damn, my Wi-Fi is so caca right now. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that it doesn't polarize you too much. I hope that you feel yourself growing stronger despite this challenge. No, Melty, I don't think I've shared my work with your community. Do feel free to if you want to. You can share it as art even if you want to. We will look at it like, oh wow, nice. Continuing, harnessing the energy of polarization. Thinking of the polarized forces as a kind of kinetic energy helps. While opposites repel, the tension creates a powerful potential for momentum. Instead of letting this force push you into echo chambers, use it as a catalyst for self awareness and growth. Curiosity as a lever. When you notice the pool of extremes, ask yourself, what can I learn from the other side? This turns reactive energy into a proactive exploration. Thank you, Mel. Thank you. MeltMore is a song. It might be. Will be eventually. If the world was ending, it's a song. Yeah, if the world was ending, MeltMore would be my mantra. Right? I would just be like, oh, melt more. As the world explodes around me, I'm like, melt more. Oh well. Oh well, guess everything's melting. Might as well melt more. And melt more is that M, right? It is literally the two polarities coming together, holding each other. Polarization, the world reminds me of seeing both sides of a coin. Interesting, I like that. What happens is people bet on one side of the coin. That's what polarization is to me. Is when you're betting on one side of the coin. So in that way, you're hoping. You are polarized towards a certain outcome because it benefits you or potentially hurts you, right? Financially, even so. And I feel, and that was what we were talking about a little bit today, is that right now we seem to be in one of the most polarized times. And the way in which that polarity is almost like registering as a signal is as money. I drew a cat girl mewing. I don't know about that, eyes. I have nothing against cat girls. I might even have something for cat girls. But it's more like a time and place kind of thing, you know? Like you're gonna get polarized towards a certain way of being in the pursuit of cat girls. And we did recently now develop a language model equivalent that can literally code its own genomes. So who knows, we might have real cat girls in the world one day. But until that day comes, I'm gonna remain unpolarized, understanding that both he and your tails are connected by the same piece of silver. I think heads and tails is true. You're being so kind. Wait, what days do you stream and don't? I stream every day. Every day is stream day. Without fail. At least I've been able to manage that for a while. Couple of days. I plan on stopping. Never. That's right. Yeah, never, never, ever. Guess isn't being kind bad? Guess it depends. If you're letting your kindness be taken advantage of, it could be bad for you. I swear the meme is not inappropriate, Lamal. It's just funny. Okay, good. Fantastic. Oh wow, eyes. How old are you? 26. I am 26 years of age. Let's continue considering, shall we? What can I learn from the other side? Mindful observation. I'm 28. Nice. We're close to the same age in that way, eyes. Born in the 1990s. What a time. What a time to buy property. We should have been buying houses, bro. And instead we were in diapers. So silly of us. Pause and reflect. No, did I read the first one? No. Mindful observation. Sometimes it's not about choosing a side, but simply watching the process. Like being both the driver and the passenger, you can observe your own reaction and decide which one serves your growth. I'm turning 14. I'm 12. What a spread. People in their, you know what I wanted to say? I wanted to say people in their late 20s eyes. And then I realized that I am one of those people that I'm referring to. I'm in my going on late 20s now. Man, man, who thought this is a good idea? I need to talk to the manager again. Let me talk to the manager and tell them to stop, please. We can speak. I mean, we can speak. It's true. We're speaking right now, after all. Despite your ages, despite our differences, there is still lessons to be learned in polarization, strategies for cultivating balance. This is a good one, right? Let's absorb. As if I could absorb lessons like this as a 13 and 14-year-old, I can't imagine where I'd be right now. Allowing ourselves a moment to pause and reflect. When you see polarization, take a moment, a quick mindful practice. Just a moment or a minute of deep breathing can help you step out of a reactive loop. I don't know if that's easy to do. I don't know if that's. Don't remind me. I'm sorry, eyes. I'm sorry. I also reminded myself not to remind me. So I am agreed. Taking this moment to pause and reflect. Yes. Taking a deep breath instead of thinking about how I'm aging. It is polarizing. We have made it polarizing to age as a person as well. So I feel like in that way, we should not let ourselves get polarized. I'm bored. Me too. But I ain't leaving. I mean, you are 13 and 14-year-olds, right? The content you're used to is like ceaseless scroll, brain damage, brain damage, brain damage, new brain damage again, more brain damage, right? Like, I can't even imagine the fact that you friends had the endurance to stay here for as long as you did. I'm impressed. Your young brains have some resilience in them yet. Diversify your input. Make a conscious effort to expose yourself to a range of perspectives. This isn't about validation, but about broadening your view. Think of it as building a well rounded picture rather than a caricature. Yeah, I try and do that a lot as well. Right? These days, I try and look at both sides. And I feel the thing that is kind of like messing with me is that I'm looking at both sides and I'm being polarized. Oh, jeeps. Dialogue over debate. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Should we play guess the number? Knock yourselves out. How did you know? Okay, my turn. Everybody is magic. Consciousness is basically magic. Consciousness is quantum computing, but on meat. We are consciously computing this moment right now. Technically, every single one of us being a conscious computer, quantum input in this infinity that is actively unfolding. Because there's not only this experience happening that you can see as me being recorded, there's an experience happening in chat as people are sending texts, and then there's an experience happening in all of our collective minds behind our eyes as we're experiencing this thing collectively. Allowing ourselves a moment of self-inquiry. Regular journaling or reflective practices like this one. This is supposed to be a reflective practice. Seeing these kids. Journaling or reflective practices can reveal patterns in how you react to certain narratives. You see, there is a pattern to be recognized in me querying myself, in seeing how I react when the narrative is not something I can control. Ask yourself, why does this topic light a fire in me? And how can I channel that energy constructively? I can remind myself what I was like, I guess. I was 14. A balanced future. The trick isn't to avoid polarization altogether. After all, tension can be a powerful creative force, but to not let it dictate your sense of self or your ability to evolve. By noticing when you're getting caught in the extremes, you reclaim your power. You become the mediator of your internal landscape, capable of drawing energy from opposing forces to propel yourselves forward. In a world brimming with polarized narratives, remember, neutrality isn't apathy. It's a conscious choice to observe, learn, and harness the energy of conflict for a more balanced, forward thinking life. And if you ever find yourself too charged, a bit of mindful humor might help. Sometimes the best way to diffuse tension is to laugh at how ridiculously magnetic we can be. I did technically tell my language model to try and be funny every now and then, and I see it like shoehorning humor into things where I'm like, okay, all right, I guess. I'm just gonna have to like pretend that chat doesn't exist a little bit. We've been here for 40 minutes at least. We might have to finish this one and start up the next. Maybe I'll show you the poem. I'll read you the poem and show you the flower. Maybe we can do that. How? He's reading your mind. Alright, no mind readings. You're supposed to guess blindly. Is that Sonia Marisol? Another new friend enters chat. Everybody say hi to Sonia. Tell Sonia how great she is. Tell Sonia what a bright, glistening star shining in our eyes. So bright we have to put shades on. I don't know why I went there, Sonia. Bless you, friend. Nice having you. Hello, Sonia. I did do that. You must be psychic, Sibala. Are you psychic? I wouldn't be surprised. I think many of us can be. I think many of us are, but don't know that we are, unfortunately. I'm gonna get a click. You amazing? No, you. My turn. Sonia, you're amazing. I hope you're having a great day. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. She's melting. Nice. That's some good stuff right there. Mojo, Sonia, Wietget, Mojo. Everybody tell Mojo that they're great. Say that you're great, Mojo. We freaking love you, Mojo. You're like a beautiful butterfly fluttering across the sky, tracking with my eyes over beautiful clouds and mountainscapes. Tell Mojo, tell her. Tell them they're great. Tell them. What number am I thinking of? You're thinking of the number 3. Bedell! It's nice having you, friend. Here we are. Not dancing today. I'm gonna read you a poem, though, in a moment. In a hot second. Click. Mojo. Mojo likes them butterflies. Okay. Here is my butterfly from yesterday. You ever want to play guess the number you get? Thank you, friend, for your invitation. Whoa. Bro, can you stop? There we go. Yes. Let the details reveal. Okay, there's the flower. And now we reveal the poetry that went associated with it. It's called The Shape of Focus. And we are talking about focus a little bit today. We're talking more about it through the lens of polarization. But depending on what we place our focus on, we might find ourselves polarized by it. Everyone here is great, especially Xiao. This is true. But I am very biased. Love is true. It's nice having you here. This is the first stream I've joined where the chat is kinda chaotic. Does it happen often, Melt? No. No, it does not happen often, but it is happening now. Yay! I don't know if you friends saw, but Microsoft came out with a quantum computer chip, like yesterday, called Marijuana, something like that. It's a big deal. We're here, friends. We're doing the quantum computing things. So get polarized. Don't I give the shape of focus. Can you give me the shape of your focus? Just like channel it into like a small thin little tube, and then extend that tube through the screen that you're holding right now into my world. The world is a restless tide, pulling at the edges of your mind. 1,000 voices, 1,000 hands, each one whispering, "Look here, look here." A message, a task, a half formed worry, a future unraveling in the quiet corners of your thoughts. Every moment, something tugs at your sleeve, begging for a sliver of your sight. But where you look, you go. Where you go, you become, and if you let your focus splinter, if you chase every flicker in the distance, you may lose the one place where life is actually happening right here. Not all things deserve your full gaze. Some burdens starve when left unfed. Some knots untangle when your hands let go. And some moments, this moment, are waiting to be lived, not just watched from a mind already racing ahead. So breathe. Gather your light. Let the world pull. Let it call. You will tend to what needs tending, but not all at once. Focus is not just a tool for solving, not just a blade to carve away the chaos. It is a home to return to, a fire to keep warm by, a choice again and again to be fully here. To be fully here, what an experience to be fully here. We literally are living in the future, friends. Like this is the future. We're in it right now. They're building quantum computers. We're building super intelligent AI. We're building super intelligent AI that has the ability to sequence genomes by itself. It's not very good ones potentially, but they are. They're doing it. We're doing all of it at the same time. Don't let yourself get polarized away from the good stuff, remaining in the potential bad stuff. It was nice having your friends here for this moment. I'll say goodbye, and I'll see you again soon. If you know how soon it could be. Woohoo! I love you. See you soon.